guys, this is Paula, and I know I said we weren't going to do this every day, but I wanted us to get to a certain point, so in the next video it won't be the book, okay? I hope that's okay with everyone. I've been having a lot of fun with this, and you would not believe how hard it is for me not to work on it when when I'm not with you guys. Okay, so I'll go back to what we worked on last. Let's see, this we finished up last. Now, I used this card that I had made, and it's just a little, you know, glued together page, and I just put the same image on here. Or another, it was part of the rest of the page. I did this ahead of time because I wanted us to move on in this video. And I added a little bow. Now, I want you guys to tell me, does the bow look dumb? Or does it look cute in here? I don't usually add bows to anything, but I just felt like everything I put on the top didn't look like it should. I'm stuck on something here. I just had it in here. I don't know why it's, you know, if you don't put things in just the right way on these kind of pockets, because they're so glued down and you never know where glue is. Yeah, it's not wanting to go in there. That's weird. It must have a little bit of something. I mean, we glued this a few days ago, so it should. It may be because it's not super heavy duty. See, I just used 2 pages and one, there we go. I must have just had something that was still trying to stick or something. But you guys tell me what you think about the bow. And then we just put this little pocket that I'd had in my stash. And okay, so now this was yesterday's, and we had done everything except the pocket being glued on, and I had to stitch that first. So I did, and this is how I ended up decorating it. I decorated it without you guys because, like I said, I'm having a hard time not touching it. But mostly because I wanted us to move on to the next page. So on here I just put a blue floral that I fussy cut. And this is a little bird that I fussy cut on a flash card. And I put some flowers here, and then I just put him on there. And then left the back that can be journaled around on. Oh, and it's on some linen like fabric. Okay, so I thought he looked pretty cute sticking out of there, and I didn't want to put anything on top. And then I just threw some sari silk on here, not sari silk, cheesecloth, and put these little flowers. And then after I got ready to top this little tag, I was like, those look lavender. But I went ahead and put a lavender top on it and stuck them right here. Now, when you do these kind of pockets on the side, things have a tendency to fall out, you know. So when I make them now, I make them where this comes over and down. But we couldn't do that with the amount of paper we had. And then I just added some blue here. Now, we're moving on to the next page. This is going to be a flat page. And after we do this double layout here, we're going to have to take some more paper out. Let me see how many we've done. We've done 5. Seems like a whole lot more, doesn't it? And here's how it's looking. And I don't know why it's that chunky. I think I took any buttons that were on embellishments off. And so I'm making sure nothing is causing things to bulk even more. So it just has to be the stuff that we're putting. This is up a little bit, but it's really flat. So I don't know what its deal is, but what can I say? We will just keep on trucking. Maybe we'll take a few extra out as we go along. Okay, so the reason I don't want to like make a pocket on this side, I'm thinking, do I want to put a pocket over here and make this flat? Maybe. Because we've been doing all the flat ones on the left side, and I just think I want this side to be the flat side. Okay, so what I'm going to do is I want to kind of transfer to other colors. There's going to be a little bit of blue, so it transfers into here. And then I'm going to add some more pink, and it's going to be great. Okay, so on this side, we want to put some kind of pocket in, right? So I'm just going to take some of this paper that's loose, and we'll decide how we want to do it. Maybe we'll do it like this rather than, let me see how we did it before. Usually we're doing it from the outside of the page, like, well, that one's in, but it's also a crisscross, which the crisscross I think takes up more space, but we'll do one every now and then. Okay, so we're gonna do it like this and fold it over this way. Keep it straight. You know, the next pocket we're going to do is going to be from the top. There we go. So this one will be here on the outside, which will make it different. And it's not down super far. So I'm going to glue this one portion right here. But we are not going to do the left side first. We'll do the right side, and if we have time, we'll do the left side. And then in my next video, I thought we would work on some tags that I want to put in my Etsy shop. And so I want to make sure you guys know that I did put some things in the Etsy shop. And I meant to show you guys everything, but I didn't. So they're not over the top, you know, they're not like a book or anything. So they're very reasonable. Okay, so there is one book over there though. The butterfly book is still there, and it's just beautiful. So you have to like butterflies to like that book. Okay, so I'm just going to ink the edge of this page while I'm thinking about it, because it's easy to forget, because until we ink everything at once, it's kind of hard. All right, so that one I'm going to set to the side till we're ready for it, and we're going to start on this side. And get my paper is out here. Let me get my ruler. Thought I had everything out, but I guess I didn't. Oh, well. Okay, so now, let's see. I like the way this looks. I'm thinking I might put this down here on this part. I said we were going to do the other side, and here I am. But I'm thinking now I want to make sure. I'm going to go ahead and just tear this and have it ready, because I want to know which portion I can still work from. Making sure we're in the right spot to tear. But you never know, right? Okay. Didn't tear that beautiful. There. Let's see. I'm going to put it on the upper portion. Okay, now let's go ahead and tear this part. And then we can move on to the right side. I really like to try and have a little bit of the same color on each side of the page. You know, just so, I don't know, to me it just would look better to do it that way. Okay, now we'll set this aside. Okay, so over here, trying to think if I want to put this up here or save it for the bottom of the other side. Let's see what we've got. I could just do it like this and then fill in this area with some more pink. And actually, I have these really cute, this comes with one of the printouts. I can't remember which one. Let's put some of this pink in here. And the reason I want pink is because the embellishment that I decided on is mostly pink. Okay. I can get it to move along here. Okay. And I wonder if I should do pink straight up and down. No, because then I'd be into a bird. We don't want to get the bird. So we're going to get right in here and we'll just do 2 squares. And we'll make these 2 squares work. We'll separate the center, obviously. But, yeah. Let's get this other portion off here. Sadie is at the vet. She's been there since 7:30 this morning. You guys, she's just turned a year old. And she had a baby too. Her little breath was just, it was enough to knock you over. And I say that in a nice way because I could really tell you how it was. And I couldn't figure out. It had been like that for a couple of months. And I thought, she's too little to already have that doggy breath. And I tried to brush, but we'd have the groomer brush when we'd take her in. But anyway, there, that looks better. And I'm thinking this will look good down here. And maybe this one up this way. Now, I'm going to have to do a strip the long way because I just think that it looks odd without something there. So the question is, what are we going to put there? So let me thumb through here. I haven't added any dark. How about we add some of this? It'll cover the whole thing. I haven't added any, what was I going to say? Isn't that terrible? Any music sheet or anything like that yet. I don't know if I want to. That was totally the wrong width. Let me add this up here again. Probably what we'll do is add, let's see if this is big enough. If it is, we're going to go with it. Yeah, it'll be big enough. It just won't be perfect in there. But we're not going for perfect. We are collaging here. Okay, so we'll do it like that. And then I'll have this over a little more. And then this over a little more. Maybe not. We'll just put this strip on first. I'm going to leave it right there. I'm going to scoot this over. And I'm not going to move it so that we get the exact place. Well, I said I wasn't going to move it. We'll just have to work around it. Whatever we end up with is what we'll use. There we go. Now, I should have tore that instead of cutting it. Paula. We'll just cut it with these little scissors. If I can get them in there. Okay, now let's put the big piece down. Or actually, I'm going to put this piece down. I'm sorry. I keep going back and forth. Anyway, Sadie's in getting her teeth done. And in about an hour, I have to go pick her up. And when I get back, she's going to be pretty tired and sleeping off everything. And I'll probably do another video then, once she's settled in. So they pulled a baby tooth. The puppy eats everything in sight, okay? So it drives me crazy. And it makes it, you know, rough on her teeth. She just will not eat bugs. She eats bugs. She used to eat rabbit pellets, and that really grossed me out. But I think we've broke her of that. I hope. I don't know that for sure. I'm just inking this in place because I'm trying to make sure everything gets covered. And, you know, the second you pick it up and move it, it's going to be different. Okay, let's glue this top part first. Yeah. And now we can go up here and go underneath. It'd be easier. You know, for her to be a 1-year-old dog, she's still so feisty. Oh my goodness, you guys, she is feisty. She rules the roost. What can I say? I'm going to tear this different so it doesn't look so perfect, you know, because I did use, there, that's better. I don't want it to look like the edging. I just cut the white stuff off ahead of time so we wouldn't have to spend all the time doing that. We'd have more time in the book. I hope there's some of you out there doing this along with me. I know there's 1 or 2 that is. Yeah, I like that. But again, I'm going to tear it, you know, like it was on purpose. On a couple sides. I don't know if I have room on this side to tear it. We'll just go with the top being torn. And we'll go back to our glue book. I hope you guys are having a wonderful day. I got up early this morning because, of course, Sadie and Daddy woke me up. Daddy being my husband. He's not my daddy, but you know what I mean. And Sadie wasn't getting to eat. She didn't understand, and you know how that goes. Okay, so this pocket looks good. I like the way it looks. I hope you do. So what we're going to do here, because we're going to put a rose over here as well, I cut out, this is a digital kit, and it's, let me tell you who it is. I looked, My Porch Prints is who it's from. My Porch Prints, yes. They have some great stuff, just so you know. This is a guest check that they've done with this beautiful rose. You can use it as a tag, or you can use it as a, this is going to be the flat side. I don't know what I'm thinking. You can use it for a tag, or you can use it for a pocket like I'm going to do now. So I thought we could put this down lower, and we'll put it like that, and we'll make it where the top will be a small pocket, and then this will be it's like a library card. So you just do it like this. You put the two pieces together, you cut it out, and then it's going to end up looking like this. I may have folded that over a little much. I don't think I did, but I guess I should back off of it a little bit. It didn't want to fit just now. So that's already been inked, and all we have to do now is get this to cooperate and glue it down. I don't know why it's doing that. Stop it. You're supposed to fit. Okay, let me go out a little bit on this side. Can't go out a lot because there's the word fold right there. Okay, let's see. I might have to trim a little bit off the tag, or the back of the tag. If I can get it to fit, it's not going to be, yeah, there we go. It's not going to be what's moving up and down. Now I got to decide how far up I want it here. So I like to just glue them together and, yeah, see if that's straight. Well, it would be if I could hold it still, right? Now, to put this together, I'm going to use some Fabri-Tac on the flaps so that it's really supposed to go all the way down in there, but then it covers up your rose, which your tag is going to do anyway. So maybe we should go with that. Yeah, we are. Let's just do it like it's supposed to be done. Let's follow the rules. Get my glue coming down here and over here. I'm trying to hit both flaps and the bottom flap. Hope you guys can see. I worry about that through the whole video because I'm moving all over the place. Mostly because it's not something you can just make, you know, you got to cut it out and you got to measure it, and it was a pain. But they're really pretty. And I think you get 4 different ones on this digital kit, and it comes with, I think it comes with some paper and some other things too. It comes with ephemera, I know that. Okay, I'm just going to get that big glump. This side's not wanting to stay down. I'll show you what it comes with. Of course, it has these there's 4 of these. So you can use them as tags, or you can use them whatever. Okay, I cut this out on cardstock because I wanted it to, you know. Let's see what else it comes with. It comes with some ephemera things like this. 2 or 3 pages of that stuff. So, all right, I think that's down finally. So now I'm going to go around and up. But I think first I want to put maybe some linen or something. Nope, this is the wrong box. Let me get my other box. Okay, maybe some of the stuff that I put behind the bird. It's part of an old doily. But I thought we could put, and this does not tear very well. Just giving you a heads up. So I'm just going to cut it. This, I don't know, it's the way it's woven or something. I think this was I think it was like part of like a runner on the table, but it had embroidery on one end or something, you know. Okay, so let's put some of this behind this pocket a little bit, not a lot. I don't want to add any more bulk than necessary. Now, I think I'm going to do a little extra because I can maybe ruffle it up some. Might have to run it through the machine. Now, I'm obviously not going to use all of this. I'm just going to do a strip right here. It's not going to be super wide. It's just going to be slipped under there. But I'm trying to decide now, do I want to make it just a strip like this? I kind of like that. But at the same time, what would it look like if we gathered it? So let's just kind of gather it and see. The problem is getting my machine out right now is not the easiest thing. Now see, it's not going to be super long, but we could just partially gather it, couldn't we? We'll just gather that top portion. And I'm going to put this under the machine. I can't bring it over here. The machine is like crazy right now, guys. Please forgive me for that. I would normally if I had somewhere to put it. Let me just stitch down this on the underneath side or in the middle. I'll probably do it straight down the middle. It helped to get my machine a little closer to me. So I'm going to stitch this. But anyway, I was saying that I hope you guys are having a great day. The weather got really cool last night, so it ended up being a nice evening, and the morning was so nice. I thought about Sadie. She sure would love it out here. I walked outside for a few minutes. And was just looking. The pond was so quiet. I think there was like 1 or 2 ducks in it. Usually it's full of ducks and different things. Cranes. And we even have, believe it or not, birds that look like seagulls. I'm not sure if that's what they are, but they sure look like it. So anyway, this is great. There we go. Let me push this back. Okay. This is a gray thread that I put in the machine. I did that because I think I was doing some black, and then I just felt like it was too much. It just looked too stark black, and I don't know if I did it in the front of the book. This is a brown, but even the brown I didn't, you know, I thought the gray can go with anything you do. Okay, so now we'll bring our pocket back over here, and we'll just do it like that. We'll glue that portion down on here and hope that we have room for a tag here. I'm going to flip this over and glue it like this. I want it to have the, I'm just going to run glue along the back, I guess is what I'm going to do. Then I can slide it down. Okay. Let's see. I'm going to put this book up here to lay it on. And we'll let this part dry while we add the pocket on the other side, and then we'll come back and add this to the flat side. Okay, so let's work on this side. Let's get this over here and ready to go. We got part of it. I don't know if this was the part we ended up using. No, it's not. There was another part that had a rose on it. Let me find it. It's in my stack. It's like you move one page out and everything's Everything's been moved out at that point. And then we want to decorate under here before we glue this down. So since we've got that all nice and ready, let's just use the glue stick and get it down. Okay, so start up here. Want to make sure it's really good up in the corners. I tell you, when you get a piece this big. I was watching another lady collage, and she was talking about how when you collage it, it's supposed to be quick. Don't use tiny pieces unless you have to. In other words, if you have a little area you don't have covered. But she said that's what it's supposed to be about. It's supposed to make your work go fast. And I'm like, okay, I'm going to believe you, because I don't have anyone else to believe. And I believe she probably was right. You know, I remember Tracy Fox did on the Crafty Fox Facebook page. She had that little event where the little challenge where we had to time ourselves to make, to collage a tag, and yeah. So she was trying to prove that you can do it quickly, and that it can look okay. So yeah, it was fun. That was a fun one. Right now, I think the challenge is to, there's going to be a giveaway. I think there's going to be a giveaway for the challenge. So go over to the Foxy Crafters. If you haven't joined yet, you want to join. It's a great group of women and men. And I'm going to add some of this pink here at the bottom. Let's see how wide we need it. I would use my tear tool right now, but it's buried under paper. So I figure we'll just tear it. Let's see. Right there. I think that's going to get us taken care of. I don't really like the way it looks, so I'm going to dig out. Here it is. I saw it's one end sticking out. I want to do, I'll put the other end one place, and I want it to be a little straighter on the bottom. Not straight, but see, it's pretty wonky right there, so put it right here. Yeah, and then I'll have to do something over here. I got it all crazy on this side. Okay, get this glued down, and we'll work on underneath. Okay. Let's keep our fingers crossed that this is going to be all right. I don't want to have to add another sheet if I don't have to. I'm going to have to trim this off for sure. And I am going to have to add a little bit right here. So you know what I think I'm going to do is make it look like kind of like a little bit of a patchwork right here. That way it looks like we did it on purpose. If you know what I mean. Okay. I'm putting this upside down, so that makes it look even more raggedy. Not really raggedy. It's not the right word. I'm going to trim this paper that's hanging off the edge here. Don't want that showing. Yeah, so that's going to look good. And this will go on the side over here. But underneath, I want to do just this pink right here. So we're going to put it right up here. The reason I want to is I want the pink rose and pink library card to just kind of pop. You know what I mean? Now, obviously, we're not going to put it all the way down, just at the top. Can't waste this paper. This is already made, this background paper here. It's really for collaging also. Now, I'm going to lay this on here so we can see exactly where we need to tear it. Okay, so now we're just going to take it like this, take the tear tool. I'm going to find my little marks, and I'm just going to go under a little bit so it'll be just like that. There we go. How easy was that? Okay, now we're going to get on the back of it here and add some glue. Yeah, the first thing the dog will want to do is go potty, and then she'll want to eat. She'll be begging to eat. And then she'll probably sleep. Listen, I laid down and slept this morning. You know, I was so tired. I got up and worked in here a couple hours. I got up when Sadie left, and then I had to go lay down. I was pooped. Okay. Now, we're going to have all the base covered. I might even glue this down and then do the other side since we're so close. Then we can clip it and do whatever we want. Now, I'm going to turn this, and I'm going to cover this ink up before I get it all over my book. I've gotten it on there a couple times already. Okay, so we want to even it up along the bottom here. If we even it up along the bottom, then it should be even everywhere else. I don't want it down in the, looks like it's down in the spine area a little bit too much. So I'm going to tear it. No, I think I'll tear it from this direction. Let's see. Cooperate, little guy. I know it's not on a level surface, but you work with what you got, right? Okay. It's going to be hard to get started because it's thick with that text underneath. I'm just going to pull it because I think it'd be easier. We'll just trim it little by little. It's harder. It is harder to tear that way, so I'm going to start down here. Work my way up. Okay. Let's try this again up here. When I do it from up here, it just wants to take little pieces instead of actually tearing. See, it took a big gap right there. Let's try it from this side again. All right. I don't like that big chunk right there, so I'm just gonna get it off. Okay. It's not the most perfect tear necessarily, but it is better than I thought it would end up. Okay, so here we go. And really, I like the unpredictable, although I don't like that up at the top, so we will have to put something there. So let's go ahead and get this side and the bottom glued down. Let's just start over here and here. Gotta remember that we're doing the side also. I just got glue on that. It's all right. I have my Fabri-Tex where it won't come out as fast. You know, I just poked a hole in the top of that seal. Instead of taking the seal out like I normally would, I just poked a hole in there, and one of my subbies told me about it. You guys need to try it and see if it works better and doesn't volcano. All right, let's see if this is gonna require some paper clips. I think it is. All right, so let's do the outside first here. Get it all clipped down. That way it will hold right there on that edge. Then we'll do up here, but I really want to add something up there first. So let's go ahead and clip it down here. Probably have to put 4 clips on it to get it to stay. Especially in the spine area because it's a little more finicky. Okay. Yeah, right there on the edge is where you want to put it. And we'll have to go back and add some fine tip glue if I can find my glitter glue. Here it is. See if this helps it. Right inside here. That's why I like it shorter, but I don't want it so short it looks weird, you know. Okay. The only thing I don't like about the glitter glue, when you're shooting underneath your when you're going underneath your paper to add that little bit of help, it just comes out so fast. I don't know if you guys' does or not, but mine comes out fast. I just poked a hole. It's all right. It'll just fill up with glue. Okay, right in here. And another thing, when you print these collage sheets, you're better off to print them on copy paper or another thin type paper instead of cardstock. And these were printed on cardstock. And so it is harder too to get the cardstock to lay flat. And what can I say? It wasn't meant to be on cardstock. It was an accident. As I used to say to my mom, it's an accident. Okay, so this is supposed to glue fast, so we'll see, right? All right. Let me add a little piece up there in that corner. See. That'd be all right. We'll just make it work. I guarantee people won't notice when something doesn't match perfect because there is so many different papers in this book that it's really not noticeable, you know. Okay, so let me clip this and then we'll move on to our other page. That way it'll stay down maybe. So I need to tell you guys, I don't know if I told you this because I'm an old lady, but my daughter auditioned for, you know, one of the bigger audition, theater toss is what they call it. So it's like you're better people usually when you watch one that's done from here. I'm assuming my daughter, when she was little, she's always been very talented. And when she was little, she auditioned for Annie when she was 9 or 10. And there was like 400 children there. It was like crazy. When I got there with her, I was like, honey, we should just go. You know, there's just too many kids here. It's going to take us forever. No, Mom, I want to be in the Annie show. You know, and it was the first time she had done anything with Theater Tulsa. And anyway, there we go. And so I let her. I ended up staying there with her. And she made 2 different callbacks. They narrowed it from 400 and something down to, I want to say 40 or something like that. And then they had another callback. Trim this off right here. There. And she made all the callbacks, every one of the callbacks. And she ended up, she didn't get Annie, but she really knew she was too old to do Annie. Well, she was tall. And, no, I think she was older than 9. I think she's more like 11 or something. Anyway, long story short, she was Tessie. You know, the oh my goodness one. And so she had a blast doing that. And, you know, we had a blast watching her, and it was a lot of work, a lot of rehearsals. I think they work on it for at least a month, if not longer. But anyway, so my daughter has not done a show since college, and she's 40, so you can figure it up. So I don't know if you guys have seen Mamma Mia, but you got the mother and the daughter, and I don't know which one is the lead role. I think the mother, because it's pretty much about the mother losing the daughter, you know. And she got called back to do, she started off auditioning. They had her auditioning for Tanya, which is one of the friends, the one that wore the big hats. And let's see, I think I'm going to put it just like that right here. And remember, we have a pocket on top also. So I got to hold this for a second. So anyway, she had 3 callbacks. And it was just her and one other girl that got called back the last time. And they were being considered for Donna and Tanya, those 2 parts. So it was between her and one other little girl at this point. I mean, they had to go through all the auditions with all the other people too. So it didn't just automatically happen. And so my daughter said the other girl was good, you know, that she could play either one and do fine too, she thought. Although my daughter was one of the older ones. You know how it feels when you start being one of the older ones? She's just like, I'm one of the older ones, Mom. But some things never change, okay? She wasn't supposed to get a call for 2 or 3 days after this last audition, which was Monday night. And she got a call the next day. And she did get the lead role as Donna. So I'm real excited. I was on and who does she call the very first person? Her mama. I would have thought she'd called her husband, but she called her mama. But the sad thing is I was recording yesterday's video. So she couldn't get through to me, but she called her dad and left me a text that said, Mom, call me as soon as you get this, you know. I think she knows that her husband doesn't know what it's like really to be in theater, you know, and how much fun it is and how much work it is. And she has directed 2 or 3 shows too. The last one she directed was about 5 years ago, I think, or maybe a little more than that. She directed Seussical the Musical. So that was fun. But this time the tickets are a whole lot more. And they're part of season passes for the PAC, which is our performing arts, where all the Broadway shows come and all that. It's the big theater. And so she'll be performing there when it's all said and done. I told her, first thing I said to her was, go get you some overalls. She goes, I think they'll dress me. I said, I know, but remember in the show all she ever wore was overalls. I said, how nice can that be? You don't have to wear big bulky hats and all that stuff. Okay, so we've got our pocket on. Got to let it dry before we start lifting things up. And we've got a place we can put a tag in the back of this guest check and in the front. So we have about 10 more minutes. So let's see what we have time to kind of mess with here. All right, so I'm going to pull this over here. And I think I was going to put together, I inked this just in case we wanted to do something like that. And I inked this because I thought that was really pretty. That's one of Mrs. Cog's images. But also I have some more of this same kit that this check came in here. And I'm trying to decide, do we want these in the pockets since they're in the same color scheme? Or do we want to break it up with Mrs. Cog in here and this in here? You know, because we have some yellow over here and so forth. Or we can make a tag, because there's yellow up here. We can make a tag, put this on a tag, and keep these little journaling cards inside here. That way it doesn't have to be too bulky. It's just nice and straight. I'm looking for a tag. Maybe we'll put it on one of these large tags. Let's see what it looks like. Well, that's kind of pretty. That looks good, but we need something behind it, don't you think? Like maybe some of this. I don't know if it'll show up on there with that. Let me see what other color tags I have. Or I have this tag, which is really pretty. And we have gray over here. It needs to be inked. But see, it would be pretty over here. I'd have to add it to some, it's real flimsy, so I would have to add it to some paper. And then I could even bring it in smaller with some of this linen and find a smaller, look at this little tag. That's a cute little tag too, but it's too dark. Let me see what else we have on our little page here that might fit on the front of a tag that's long, because it would really need to be long. Well, there's nothing on that one. Let me thumb through here and grab the others. Here is, oh my goodness, they're paper clipped together. Of course, when I pull it, everything comes out. Okay, then we've got these smaller ones, which have some rows. That one's pretty. Maybe it would be pretty on there. Let's just cut it out and see what happens. You know, I don't care anything about these little flowers that are set in here. So I don't know really what they intended for anyone to do with those. Maybe it's just to fill up the space. Not cutting super straight, and that's okay. Okay, now I don't like that red line across the bottom. Funny, the things that drive us crazy, right? Oh yeah, I like that. So I'm going to trim around this, And we'll add glue to the back of, I don't know if you guys are this way, but I could put roses on anything. I love roses. My mother loved roses. I can't think of red roses without thinking of my mom. My mom had really dark hair. She was attractive. She had a great body. You know, she never had a weight problem until she got real sick. And a lot of it was fluid from her lungs. But anyway, she was always this cute little thing. My sister and I both fought our weight our whole life. And here's Mama looking better than her daughters. But that's all right. I guess we got our little bit of a weight issue from our dad. He was a little on the chubbier side when he got older, but not when he was young. My dad was very handsome too when he was young. Okay, so do we want to bring this up as high as we can? Yeah, I think so. Otherwise we won't see it down in the pocket. I just happened to think of that. So yeah, right there. And I'm thinking, I'm gonna knock the camera down, I'm sorry. I'm thinking that we'll use a button, because the button will be on the top, so we're not gonna worry about it as much. But not a big button. I'm looking to see what I have in this container. I don't want to dig out my regular buttons. Do you ever get lazy like that? Now here's a really flat button. Let's see what it looks like up here. It's a little light. It's a little light, not pink enough. I love this little button. I pull this little button out all the time. I just like it. I don't know why. It's still not the right color either though, is it? Here's one, but it's tiny. It'll be all right, but it's actually taller than this one. Oh, and here's an unusual looking one. Don't know where that came from. But it's super flat. And that's really what I'm going for. But I do have a little tiny, where'd it go? Little tiny, no, that's not it. It's like my fingers can't land on it. A little tiny heart. Let's see what that looks like. Instead of this big bulky one, this one's real flat. We'll just, I know it's not big enough. But here's this one also. Let's audition it. It's too shiny. I have a hard time with over shiny stuff. Do you guys feel that way? I just, ooh, that's pretty, but it's too shiny too. So I know I'm not going to use this one because it's too, I think we're better off using that one because it's so flat. Okay. I know it's big, but it's all right. Let me put my buttons back up here. Now, I'm going to move this to the side so we can actually work on the tag. And maybe we'll get the tag done and need to stitch around it, but I can always do that off camera. Okay, I figure we'll decorate the front first and then we'll do the back. Okay. I'll just add some coffee stain paper, you know, glue to the back. Now I'm going to actually use, well, no, I think I am going to use our regular glue on here so that our glue sticks so that it can go through my machine better. Okay, I want the little roses on each side to show is what I'm trying to accomplish here. This doesn't have to be absolutely perfect. It's just enough to, you know, hold this down so that I can stitch it. Now, it does look crooked when I turn it upright. Don't you love it? You start off thinking you got it straight. Well, it's straight, but it's stretched over one side. That's one thing about using the glue. It will stretch your fabric out. But that's all right. It actually makes it very flat, and if it's wrinkly, you don't even have to worry about the wrinkles, because it's gonna flatten out pretty good. Now, I am going to put Fabri-Tac in the middle of this little card. I think I should have inked it. I think it needs to be inked a little bit before I put it down. Love the way you think of things at the last minute, Paula. Excuse me. As soon as I get off this video, I gotta go get the puppy. Well, the little lady. The little lady. Now see, that's gonna look good. And I'll glue this button on whenever, after I stitch the back page on. And I'm gonna stitch around this photo of the roses also. All right. Hope you guys enjoyed today's video. And if you did, I appreciate a thumbs up. And I'll see you back to make some tags. I'm going to have all different kinds out here. We'll just play with them. And then I can get them into my Etsy shop. I appreciate your help on that. If you haven't subscribed, please do. And listen, thank you subscribers that have recently joined. I appreciate you. Anxious to get to know you through comments. And yeah. So I'll see you in the next video, and we'll do something different. Bye.